What a joy, what a blessing to be alive. It's good for us to celebrate life because a living dog is better than a dead lion. It's very important for us to know that you can make it no matter how it look like. The journey of 1,000 miles always starts with one step. Now you decide to take the step. I know you can make it. Don't give up. I'm here with my brother Callistus in the studio. I know our time together will always be a blessing.
Yes.
Thank you for always
Amen.
making it a time of blessing.
Pleasure.
Now we'll be talking about you can make it. We believe you can make it. It doesn't matter what life offers to you. All you need to do is to brace up and take that step. And if you take step, God will crown your effort with success. He's a good God and he has plan for us. And if you walk according to his plan, you can make it. Thank you, Callistus.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, God bless you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming again. All right, so we want to continue with, our series on the difference between the rich and the poor, and of course the middle class. Last week we left off at the place where we said that the poor do not like to live within their means. They like to always live above their means. And we said, please try and live within your means. What you earn, cut out, okay? Remove things, remove some for saving, remove some. Just do a clear-cut budgeting. Plan out, your finances. That's what we said. So today we want to look at another very critical, nugget of the difference between the poor and the rich, and then of course the middle class. And here we're saying this, that the poor and the middle class teach their children how to survive. Just survive anyhow. Just wake up in the morning, okay, without any plan. Just think of what you will put in your stomach, and once your stomach is filled, just go. That's how the life is. All right, that's what the poor always teach their children. But the rich will always teach their children how to get rich. The rich would always prepare a succession plan. Last time we're saying here, we say if you're the only person who is rich in your entire family, in your nuclear family, whatever, that your family is not yet there.
Still poor.
Yes, there's still poverty looming around. So, but this nugget is saying that you can have a succession plan. You can teach your children how to go from where you are going to stop. As long as you are here on the earth, you will teach them how to be rich, not just how to survive. Because survival is just a daily thing. How do I survive today? Okay, if I go out there and get a menial job, I do a laborer job, and get 500 naira for the day, and then I eat 400 naira, and I'm able to buy soap and water for 100. I finish the money I spend in a particular day. Tomorrow again, I go out. I'm there, again, looking for survivor, looking for a way to survive. We're saying, no, that's not the best, okay? But we're saying, look, you can extend your wealth. You can extend your wealth mentality, to your children. You can teach them how to grow wealth. You can teach them how to save. Yes, you can buy piggy banks for them. Teach them how to save, no matter how small. Just what we're saying, just create that aura for wealth. Just create that environment where children can begin to, to know that, that they can be rich if they follow certain disciplines, if they follow certain factors, they follow, certain steps, that they can be rich. All right? So that's what we're saying. And then we're saying also, that the rich teach their children to see the society the way it truly is. And how is society? Society is run and come. Everybody is doing their own thing. So people don't care. All right? So look at the society how it is. The society is a place where there are problems. Why not teach your children how to become problem solvers? What do you think, sir?
Yes, it's a very good thing that we learn to teach our children
Generational wealth.
early in life.
Early in life.
The truth is that the best way to teach a child is to be
Live it, yes.
to be the teacher,
The teacher.
and also
And live
be
it.
the one that live it.
Yes.
They could see it in your life. They could see that you are a value creator. You bring value when you come in your contribution in whatever you do. They see you that you are a man that believes in service delivery. They see that the man that you don't only expect, you inspect what you expect. Now, if you are a father that inspect, I remember, some years ago, I would get a book, I would give the book to my children, and I will pay them for reading
For
it.
reading.
But the other thing I do before I pay you, you have to read that book and give me a breakdown chapter to chapter.
Review it.
We must do book review.
Good.
Now you cannot read the back and tell me you are
You
finished
have
because
finished.
I was never there when you read it. We have to do book review. So when I give you book to read, I'm going to pay you 3,000 naira for reading that book. But you are going to review chapter by chapter. We'll review it. If it take me 2 nights to review it,
Fine.
you want my money, you're going to be patient. And they learn from it. So today, there are so many things I see my children do. They don't waste money. They learn to save. They learn to have value for money. Let me tell you, you need to teach your children. If you don't teach them value, then it will be a mess. I was reading the story of an African president that heaped a lot of money for his children. Today, 2 of his sons, they are living like music stars. They didn't even go to school.
Yes.
Then they are buying car, throwing party everywhere, dressing like stars, like rock stars. Now, at the end of the day, those children were given money, but they never have value for it. And I assure you, there's something about money. Money will leave a feather in your hand, and you will become their walls, and their yam is gone. So you need to learn to teach your children value. Don't just give them money. Teach them how to make money. Don't just teach them how to eat fish. It's easy to eat fish, but it's very, very difficult to catch fish. So it's very important for us to train our children value in whatever you are giving them to do. I remember there was one of my sons that told me, Daddy, I feel like having money in my pocket. And we were in the site, and he was going for a computer class. I told him, yeah, you can have money in your pocket. He said, how? Simple, yes. I took him to site. I said, before, this is 10 o'clock, 10:30. Yeah. I said, where is the foreman? How much do you carry block here? He said 20 naira for one. From this place to place to the other side of the site. 20 naira. I told the boy there, all is yours. Look at that block, the heap of block. Carry it. And it's my son. I love him so well. But he want money in his pocket? No. You see, he always take something to bring something to you. So I asked him to go, and when he was carrying the block, he carried 5 before he left, and he had 200 bucks. I tell him, can you want to carry more? He said, no, Daddy. I said, try. So the truth is that don't just give them, teach them how to make money. Or else, you must learn to raise your children. Don't bring your children to an organization, the organization you have built for over 30 years. Then you bring your child, instead of you to allow the child to grow in the hierarchy, yes. Then you now bring him and you call him chairman. Yes. I tell you, that chair will be empty very soon. The man will not be there again. You meet the chair, empty. But the man will not be there. The reason is that you don't become an old person because you are tall.
That's
you
right.
become an old person because you have gone through the process. It's very important for us to teach our children the value and value for whatever they should earn and create value where they are so that the blessing can be sustained.
You know, I like what I'm seeing here. It says what then happens is that the children of the poor end up working for the children of the rich.
Yeah.
How would you like that? I mean, at the end of 25 years, you see your children working for the poor. Meanwhile, you are supposed to be the wealthy man. You are supposed to be the one who should have passed on, you know, the wealth discipline, you know, the generational wealth discipline to your children. How would you like it if you see them working?
You know that actually money will always come to a man that creates value.
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing to bring about the blessing you are talking about? Yes. Because you see, it's easy for us to wake up in the morning, climb the mountain and begin to shout, oh God bless me, oh God bless me. God doesn't have a year problem. God is going to ask you, what do you have in your hand? What are you doing with your hand? What are the things that you are doing that is going to bring this blessing that you are asking for? What we're talking about, you can make it. Don't despise the day of little beginning. Everything you see today that is big always starts small, including me that is here. Once upon a time, I was just weighing like 3 kg, maybe 2.5 kg. But today, I remember the last time I checked my weight, before I started working on myself, I was weighing about 100. Wow. Now I started working on it, and now I'm weighing 90 plus. So it's very important for you to know that everything that has life will grow. Everything that have life will grow. Your business can grow. It doesn't matter the business you are doing. Always teach your children to create value. As you create value, money will come for the problem you solve. What problem are you ready to solve? You know, somebody who are looking at clothes, you can be in the fashion industry. You are creating value. You might be there right now. You have desire to do cake. You can bake. You might have a bakery where you do cake, where you are having interest in cooking. You can, as a restaurant, serve those that are hungry. Whatever area of passion that you have, you want to write, you can become a writer, write a lot of books. You are a person, you are into one thing or the other, into an entertainment. Yes, why not? As you are in the entertainment industry, you grow in that area, you become a very great person. So it's very important for you to look at service is the rent you pay for every space you occupy. Whatever you are trusting God for, look at service to create the value. And I tell you something, once you are able to meet the need of anybody, you always make a demand, and that demand will bring money to your hand. So let's teach our children how to create value no matter the area we find ourselves.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope that was well driven. Okay, so we want to get to our next nugget. And this is that the rich are action takers and they are problem solvers. If you compare this to the poor and middle class, the poor and the middle class always focus on much talk, mindless chatter against doing something, working. All right, do your talk. All right, or in other words, walk your talk. Okay, that's what the rich people do. Okay, so they plan out, they do a budget, they draw up a plan, and then they wake in the morning and go out to what, to walk their plan. All right, so that's what we say, that if you are planning and you are not doing anything, you're not working about it, then you are just failing. What you are just planning to do, what, to fail. All right, so be an action taker. All right, if you said you were going to dust your certificate and go out job searching tomorrow, please do that. Dust it and get out. All right, if you say you want to go and look for a laborer job, get out, go and look for it. All right, so that's what we're saying here. Be a word doer. All right, be a word doer, not just a hearer alone. All right, if you say you're going to go back to school, get back to school. All right, pick up the next available form and apply. Right, all right, move, walk, do something, go and submit it. All right, and be expectant, because the expectation will not always be cut off. All right, so that's what we're saying. Rich people are always doing something. You think they just sit at home doing nothing? No, sometimes sitting at home, they are doing what? They are reading newspapers, going through stocks, checking the economy, reading lines, reading markets, studying the markets and all that. What step to make move, in the business or on the market and all that. Just do something. Don't just sit down idling. They say that the idle mind is actually the devil's what? Workshop. So if you just sit down and not do anything, all you do is just talk. I will. Please rise up and do what you say you will do. I will not put food on your table. It's the result of your will that puts food on your table.
Yeah,
What do you think?
yeah. I just like what you were saying. Just talking will lead to penury. Talking without action make you poor. And an idle man is actually tempting the devil, not the devil that tempt you. It's not the devil workshop. When you are idle, you are actually tempting the devil. You are saying, I don't have anything to do. Why not I employ me into your department of frustration? So the truth of it is this: do something. And one thing about life, I've come to realize, we don't do something with life. Life will do something with you. Either you as a byword or you become a testimony. Something must happen. So don't sit down there and don't deceive yourself. Every day you have special number. I'm a graduate. Nobody will give you. Yeah, it's a special number. That's it. I'm a graduate. Stop that thing. What can you do? You can be a graduate driver. You can look at yourself. What can I do? Drive. And when you drive that driving, and you drive it, you'll be surprised that you become a manager of that same company. Don't let nobody deceive you. Always look at what entrance, what are the opportunities that is there for me. I'm not afraid to do anything to get what I want. Now, let your certificate be an equipment, the tools in which you use that open doors for you. that you have to be a many-sided person. That means in every area you can function. You can function. They ask you about computer, you know, you have an idea about computer. You are a young man, learn driving. Don't just sit down there and say, I cannot drive. I cannot drive. Go and learn driving. Now, driving is not supposed to be a full-time job for you. But you see, when you are going, when you go to interview, yes, and they ask you, can you drive? You say yes. You are of the advantage than the other person that cannot drive. Because at the end of the day, the company will say, okay, if we give him a car, we don't need to pay for driver. Yes, so and they can even pay you that money. More, yes. Add you. Maybe they intend to pay driver 50,000, they now add 30 because, 30, yes, and you find out that you drive yourself to the office. See, it's very important for us to always look ahead. Let's create value for ourselves. Look at what it says here. The rich act, they take action and problem solving. They don't complain they don't complain like the poor or middle class. No. What do? They take action. What are the action are you willing to take? You know, I was on a group of young boys with me on Sunday, and they were telling me that they need so and so amount of money so that they can do so and so amount of business. So I told them, I said, okay, now you have come with this proposal. It's a very good one. But you see, you didn't come with my interest. You only come, you want to get money from me. Yes. I said, let me tell you something. You are not going to get money from anybody. I said, now go back, go and write that proposal very well. Come with my interest. Sell interest to me. Yes. I want to, if it's yielding profit then you can I want invest. To profit from me, I can invest. Yes. Don't just come with me with a proposal to say if I can get so and so amount of money. Nobody's going to give you so and so amount of money. I say you need to start selling interest. So you have interest, sell my interest to me. Now if I give you 100,000, in another 3 months you are going to give me 110,000 because I want to share from your profit. They look at me and say, oh, I said that's the way you are going to make money. I said then if you have the money, don't give me my capital, pay me my interest. As time goes on, yes. It will be building up. Before I know, I say, okay, this young man, okay. Before you know, I can give you more money. Yes, or even leave the capital with you and just, yes. If I want to grow, I can use my capital to monitor you. Yes. I want you to say, okay, this guy should be on the stone. Before you know, those 5,000 you are bringing would have paid me my money. Yes. Then I said, okay, I'm a shareholder in that business. I said, but don't come with me to a proposal and come and tell me you need 2 million naira. And if I give you 2 million, what is it for me? Oh, yes, what's your profit? What is it for me? Yes. What is it for me? You know, that brings me to a story of this great story of David. David came and he said, what will be given to the man that killed this giant? What will be given? It was his interest. He said the man will be free. And that man will also be a king-in-law. Wow, I will become an in-law of the king. That make me a palace guy. I'm now in the royal family because of what I can do. He said, you bloody Goliath, you are going to be bread for me, right? I'm going to chop you. You are just like a big bread that is soaked inside the water. And David began to look for the stone. The stone that killed Goliath, David did not bring it from the house. I mean, those Saul has stood on that stone, he didn't see it. The brother stood on the stone, he didn't see it. The army stood on the stone, they didn't see it. And David said, please, can you raise up your leg? Brother Saul, raise up your leg, I want to pick something. And Saul raised up his leg. David took the stone, and that was the end of Goliath. I'm here to tell you, you can make it. What you are going to use is not coming from heaven. It's around you. It's around you. All you should know is that what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to pay for the success you are trusting God for? Are you ready to delay gratification? Are you ready to put your self-esteem down? You know, I was telling my wife, I say, you see me, I am Proverbs 12:9. I said, this is a man of Proverbs 12:9. You know, I want to read that to you so that you really understand. Let me read that. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 9. You know, when we come here, many times you just look at us, we have a background. We are coming from somewhere. We're not just talking. No. I want to read. I like this. I told my, I said, this is me. If you know me, I am a Proverbs 12 man. Proverbs 12:9 man. You know, in this Proverbs 12:9, you will get something that is going to help you. Look at what he said. Proverbs 12:9. He said, he that is despised as a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lack bread. I lack no bread. I lack no bread. You despise me as a servant, and yet a man that honoreth himself. You know what he said? He said they look at you as if you don't matter, but you don't lack bread. They look at you as a servant. They despise as a servant. And yet, it's better than he that wear this parasol 12 years and yet is begging for bread. You know, David said, I was old, I'm young and I'm old. I've never seen the righteous beg for bread, nor is it forsaken. It's better for somebody to despise and say, who is this one? And yet you have servant, you have servant that you send message, you have this, you have that, and somebody is looking down on you. Let me tell you something. It's not you that announce yourself. Let what you do announce you. He that is despised as a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lack bread. I want to read another translation, maybe Easy English. Let me see what Easy English said. He said, any man let the people think that he said, a man might let people think that it's important, but this same man might not have enough food to eat. It is bad to be a man like that. People may think that any man is no important. Another man is not important. But if that man has a servant, it is better to be a man like that.
Because the servant has food to eat.
He has food to eat. They look at you and say, if you don't, yes, you have food to eat. I told me, I said, that's me. You might think whatever you want to think, but I'm not begging for bread. Ooh. You know, I mean, that should not offend you. That should make you think. That don't go and borrow to live. Don't impress people. Just live your life. Don't buy that car because it's the latest. Buy it because you need it. Be driven by your need. God will supply your need, not your want. Don't allow your want to be your driver. Allow your need to drive you. And if your need drives you, you will not be needy. You will always, I guarantee you will supply your need according to riches in glory, not your want. So it's very important as a child of God that you focus on Him. I love you. I know you can make it. Hello, Callistus.
Yes,
I can make it. Until see you against our next edition. This is Simon and Sabata and Brother Callistus saying, we love you.
We love you.
You can
make it. Bye-bye.